Listen to this. Two chimney sweeps come out of a chimney. One's all black, the other's all white. The question I'm asking you is which one will go wash himself? Well, the black one, obviously. That's not much of a riddle. I'm sorry, but you were not made to understand the Talmud. Why not? You're not thinking the one who came out black sees that the other came out white, so naturally he believes he too is clean and white, whereas the one who came out white sees that the other is black, so he believes he must be just as black himself. You mean that the white one will go take a bath, not the black one? No, you're still not thinking. The white one who thinks is black sees a black one who thinks is white, whereas the black one sees a white one who thinks is black. In that case, then neither of them take a bath. Why shouldn't both of them go take a bath? I'm asking the same question. You're asking the same question. You say, come on now, since when has a chimney sweep ever come out of a chimney all white? Oh, that's a good question.
No, the Talmud is not just a book of riddles. It's much worse than that. Or much better. It depends on your point of view. Orthodox Jews look upon the Talmud as their daily bread. Almost as soon as they are weaned, boys begin to sample these writings, the purpose of which is to reveal the true meaning of the Bible, teasing sense from its paradoxes and contradictions. If Adam had no earthly parent, did he have a belly button? Did fish survive the great flood? Why did Jacob's angels need a ladder to reach heaven? If God could create the world in 6 days, why couldn't he do it in 1, or in an hour, or better yet, in a single instant? These are riddles of another kind. The Talmudic method for understanding the Bible consists of challenging and questioning each and every biblical assertion. The word Talmud is short for the expression Talmud Torah, which simply means the study of the Torah. Torah is the Hebrew term for the Pentateuch, the first 5 books of the Bible. As for the Talmud, it is composed of volumes containing centuries of rabbinical discussions about how to interpret contradictions in the biblical text. For the rabbis, the Bible is simply an immense metaphor, a source of wisdom which, when distilled by their understanding, provides instructions for daily life. In other words, they had to invent an amazing analytical structure to succeed in deciphering the laws of kashrut from the myth of the forbidden fruit, the foundations of linguistics from the story of the Tower of Babel, and the principles of human freedom from the tale of the Exodus from Egypt. Without the Torah, there would be no Talmud. But without the Talmud, the Torah would be mysterious indeed. In the synagogue, it is customary to open the Torah scrolls 3 times a week and to bring the biblical text to life by reading them. But another way of giving life to the text is to discover its various interpretations. That is the purpose of the Talmud. For centuries, sages have been adding written interpretations to the Talmud. Thus, rather than a single book, it is a series of several books which have accumulated over the course of time. A book inside a book inside a book, almost infinitely. A book without a single author. A book to which all the sages of all time have contributed as authors. Every field of human knowledge is covered, for the Torah itself encompasses them all, though that may not immediately be apparent to the reader.
The Talmud says, "My teaching is like the sea. To learn to swim, you must dive in." The same is true of the Torah. Only he who plunges in, braving the risk of drowning, can learn what it is.
An ocean of light. This is how the Talmud describes the Torah. The Talmud is immersed in the Torah, exploring its depths. As it probes and questions, It finally touches upon the fundamental subjects of the meaning of life, the links between the instant and eternity, and many other essential issues and values that philosophy and science later examined in their own way. But unlike philosophy and science, the Talmud is not austere. It also knows how to laugh at itself.
Let's back up a minute. The white chimney sweep sees a black sweep, who sees a white sweep who thinks is black, and the black one sees a white one who sees a black one who thinks is white. It's not so simple, is it? Wrong! It is simple. The white sweep can hold up his hand and see that it's white, and the black one can do the same and see that his hand is black. Do you mean to say that the one who sees his hand is clean will not go and bathe, and the one who sees his hand is dirty will? Too easy. You may be clean yet still want to wash, and you may be dirty yet not feel like washing. Look at me, for instance. Well, I know.
In the year 70 of the Common Era, Titus had torn down the Temple of Jerusalem, and Roman troops had been occupying the holy city of the Jews. Most of the sages had fled to the north, to Galilee, near the town of Tiberias. The Romans had become determined to put an end to Judaism. To avert such a catastrophe, a group of sages initiated one of the most remarkable developments in the history of the humanities, the elaboration of the Talmud. Their guide was Rabbi Judah Hanasi, Judah the Prince, a widely revered leader of the Jewish community of his time, a wise man among wise men. Today, his grave lies in the heart of Galilee, the cradle of his life work. Until then, generation after generation of wise men had been learning by heart the dialogues of the ancient masters, adding their own commentaries as they went. This collective oral history was always in danger of being scattered and lost, especially as the volume of commentary was ever growing. To avoid such a tragedy, Rabbi Judah Hanasi took radical action. He recommended that nearly 2 centuries of memorized oral teachings be compiled as a written document. He dictated the framework, form, and boundaries of this first sum of knowledge and named it the Mishnah. Mishnah means repetition, as the mission was essentially to repeat in writing the wisdom that had grown too large to be memorized. The immense task was only completed 2 centuries after his death. The Mishnah makes up the first part of the Talmud and was finished in the year 220 of the Common Era. The Talmud is organized according to the structure Rabbi Judah Hanasi gave the Mishnah, 6 orders covering the entire spectrum of human knowledge. These 6 orders are divided into 73 tractates, themselves divided into chapters, of which there are some 523. Every aspect of life is covered.
God made the world in 6 days, and Rabbi Judah sorted it into 6 orders. 6 orders like the 6 cardinal directions. 6 orders